Ladies and gentlemen, you're probably wondering what you're looking at here with both these pictures. Who has the worst hair?
Yeah.
Look at that. That is what Z's head looks like underneath that beanie right now. Look at that.
And the thing is, I've never defended my hair, and I've never defended my hair.
It's just horrendous on all levels.
It's been on the downfall for a while. Why are you not wearing your headset?
Yeah. Let me put on real quick.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's not even ready.
I honestly forgot about that set.
Freaking Mr. Cetaphil.
Yeah, there is.
God.
Yeah. Well, as you can see in that picture, that was us on Splash Mountain about 5 years ago.
You know, we have a funny joke on that ride where every time we go down the drop, we scream like my hat, my phone, whatever. Yeah. And how the joke started, it started with one time we were like, there's a part of the ride where you're kind of floating along and then you see somebody come down. And as I was watching, I saw someone's hat fly off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. We started joking about it. And probably like a year or two later of joking into it, one time we actually went down the ride. And as we went down, Nate was like, "Oh, my hat fell off." And of course I was laughing, and I look at the guy and he was serious.
I had my hat on my head. I actually forgot to take it off because I was so focused on like getting the freaking photo.
Yeah.
For like the ride, and I forgot to take it off and it flew right off my head. And Z, I was honestly a little heated there for probably like 10 minutes.
Oh, I mean, Ed and I got an argument for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we did.
Because, and let me tell you why. Because we got off the ride and we went to like the gift shop area, and Ed expected them to shut down the whole ride to find his hat. And all they told him is like, hey man, like it's probably gone. Like if we find it, it'll go to lost and found. You can check like at the end of the night or something. I don't know. But obviously that's not the answer I wanted to hear. And so I was just trying to like get the reality into his little freaking peanut head.
Yeah.
And he thought the whole ride would be stopped to get his hat. That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Z. That was what was that? My second or third time there. So the thing is that at the end of the day, they serve Mickey, I don't. And I wouldn't have had a problem if I was the head guy saying, all right, let's hold up here. And then we proceed.
Right. Well, and I think, you know, we have to address the elephant in the room.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, well, you're going to know. I and myself and my girlfriend, we got back from Florida the very early morning on Friday. So like 2:00 in the morning Friday. And while we were there, Z plays his flag football games every Monday night. So we were looking forward, while we were there, we're looking forward to seeing his game on a Monday. It got freaking canceled because what happened was very early in the morning, it was a downpour. But as the day went on, sun came out. It was a nice day. We were at the water park, and they decided to cancel it at freaking 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And it's nothing but blue skies the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So then this past Monday, Z told me that we're going to see what happens if these freaking games get canceled. And keep in mind, prior to this Monday, it's been 2 straight weeks where his flag football game's gotten canceled for bad weather. And so this Monday, Z was waiting, you know, blah, blah, blah. So what was it, Z? It was like weather, like some bad weather was kind of coming in, but they were still like kind of keeping hope alive, waiting for it to kind of pass over. Yep. And then around like a little before 5:30, Z kind of got the okay because he was going to referee some of the games, and then his team played 8:30. So then Z got in his car, went down to the park where they always play their games at, refs, and then in the middle of one of the games he referees, they call a game.
Yeah.
And the rest of the games get canceled for the rest of the night. And it's 3 weeks now since his team has played a game. So Z, do you want to elaborate on that? And all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, before Z gets in this story real quick, is Eric. It's terrible. So, Z, this is the place to air out the frustrations right here.
March 27th.
Yep.
March 27th. Today and I are recording this on April 25th. And we played one game.
I mean, you truly love to hear it. I was actually hoping the game was going to get canceled on Monday just to see his reaction.
I'm not blaming Eric. Eric doesn't control the weather.
And he still deserves blame, though.
And Eric's not in charge of shutting down the park.
This isn't the place to suck up, Z.
Let me finish, and
let it out.
Let me finish, because things are about to get hot. Here's the thing. Ed and I have been talking on the phone about this, and while he was here with Kelsey, because this isn't the first time it's happened. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And it happens way too many times, right? In the way of, like, we live in Florida, we get it, bad weather happens, and those cancellations are gonna come more times than not. But to me and to N, it feels like for what you're paying to play in this league, it's not worth it. You're paying $500 per team, and like you're playing one game a month, it feels like. And so, like, why am I paying this much if there's no backup plan, if there's not maybe an indoor facility, something, if there's not any kind of effort to get these games going? It's just like, oh, sorry, here's weather again. Oh, here's weather again. Oh, here comes more weather. Cancel.
Oh, it's too nice outside.
Yeah. Oh, we can't get rained on, but we can't get sunburnt. like what does it have to be for us to play? And I have some people in the league actually follow this channel, so if you guys are seeing this, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry that if you guys haven't played for a few weeks. I've tried. We've all tried. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because we all want to get out there. We want to play sports. We want to hang out with all of our friends, but it keeps getting canceled. And I drove all the way there, which takes me like an hour to get there due to traffic. And we get there and we start playing, and like nobody's having a bad time. Like I know it was pouring rain. I know the field started to get pretty flooded, but nobody was having a bad time. Everyone wanted to keep going.
Right.
And it just called it.
Yeah.
They just called it, and it canceled, and we all went home. My clothes were drenched. My socks were drenched. So I went out there for no reason. At that point, because I was already soaking wet, I would have just stayed out there till 8:30, 9 o'clock. And what made matters even worse is when it stopped and when it rained, it passed. It wasn't raining anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, it could be the park just making the league look bad, but at the same time, it's bad. There's too many cancellations, Eric.
Eric, this is when you need to freaking do something about it. You can't just be sitting around and relying on the park to just always make the decisions. The park will make their decisions because it's their park, but at the same time, you got to have plan B.
Right.
You got to have plan B, dude. You can't just run a league and these teams pay $500 or so per team, and then they can't play it. They can't play their weekly games.
Yeah. And I feel bad. I do, because like when I was talking to Eric on Monday, like he seemed disappointed that like he had to cancel them. But like again, like I know nothing about the process.
He's sleeping perfectly fine at night. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
never forget the quote. The quote: "We're on till we're not."
Yeah.
That's the famous quote right there. We're on till we're not.
We are on till we're not. Hold on tight.
Yeah, hold on tight. Oh my God.
Well, here's the thing.
Just an absolutely horrendous rant league. See, it really is.
We're going to keep you guys updated every week, and we're going to see if next Monday gets played.
I would love to see it not. I would love to see just a complete long stretch of games not being played. I mean, 3 weeks is insane. Not having
March 27th.
One game. It's horrendous.
March 27th.
Z, I don't really have the words, nor does anybody else.
Oh man, I mean, I do work for the company. I do enjoy going out there and reffing. I
Why do you
do
look like a
love.
ghost?
Yeah, well, you can blame the lighting. We'll bring down the lighting a little bit. There we go.
There
That's
you go.
better.
Better.
I enjoy reffing in the league. I enjoy playing in the league. I met a lot of cool people that work for it, that play in it. But this issue of constant cancellations just has to be resolved in some manner. And whatever that case is, I don't know. I know again we can't control Mother Nature, but there just has to be another way of doing this.
It's got
And
to be.
if there's a park that maintains their fields better so it can handle the rain. It's like NFL games don't get canceled when it's raining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know we're
Yeah.
talking about like an NFL stadium here,
High
but
school games
still,
don't, Z.
high school games don't get canceled when it's raining. So we need the solution of finding a park end
Yeah.
that their fields that they keep their fields updated enough with the Florida weather, because the park we play at now doesn't.
Yeah.
God, these guys are freaking riding around on golf carts all day. I don't even know what they're doing in the park.
That's when it comes down to Eric. By the way, he spells his name with a K, so that's a big red flag.
Yeah, red flag.
It really is.
He's a
He's
girl,
a little
man.
terrifying to look at too. So
yeah, there it is.
I hope he's watching the show. I really do.
Eric, that did not come out of my mouth.
Yeah. Well, Eric, listen to the things that Z says when he's not around you. So
yeah, there it is. This is what Ann always says about me when I'm off camera, when I'm off stream.
Z, it's honestly a reality. It really is. I can expose you right here, right now.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna happen.
Oh my God. Z, would you rather see the Suns? Would you rather the Suns be eliminated in round 1 here and lose the series, or would you rather play on Monday?
Wait, so would I rather have the Suns lose the first round,
Yeah,
or play football on Monday?
yeah. Because if not, it's gonna be another cancellation.
Looks like there's no playoff basketball in Phoenix.
Oh man. Well, they're down 79-71 right now in the third quarter with 8 minutes.
It's concerning. It's concerning.
It is. It's very concerning.
But this episode is not about the Suns.
No, it's not.
We're starting it off with the flag football conversation. We're gonna move on from here. Eric,
we're talking about football. That's why we were starting off with the absolute disaster that is East Flag Football League.
Eric, we want the best for the league. We want people to play. We want the league to expand. We just need to find another solution to constant cancellations, because it's a very big issue. Moving on.
Simple as that, Erica. It's simple as that.
Yeah, Erica. Well, moving on. So and Kelsey, Jason, Travis,
Chippy, Chipsons, Chips.
Yep, life jacket.
Life jacket.
So they were down here for about 8-9 days. We had a nice time. We went to Disney, Universal, the beach. We got on all the new rides, Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot, all the coasters
on that.
Yep, all the coasters at Universal and stuff. But I think something people might want to hear is your opinion on the new rides at Disney. So let's start with one that's already in our top 5, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy, and we'll go on to the most overrated ride on Disney property.
Well, yes, it is true. We had a fantastic time, very enjoyable. Wish it was even able to last longer than it did. But we do what we're given, and it's been a great time all around being down there and having the opportunity again to go down. So the new Guardians Galaxy ride at Epcot. That's 1 point game now, Z7978.
Nice.
Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot, which is absolutely brand new. Before we went on it, it was I was told by Z and by another friend of ours in Florida that it was fantastic. and that it was a very high rating of like a 9.6. So I went in it with a prediction of a 9.5, and the ride's just absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
All around. You have 3 pre-shows for the ride, which are kind of a mess. But the ride alone though,
real quick. To me, that's a big reason why I don't give it a 10 out of 10. Here comes the Colt into the
yeah,
chat.
yeah,
Oh, that's the best part. It gets you
yeah,
going. No, I don't
yeah.
need to cram in like sardines and then we all file into a single file line. It's awful.
It
Get
is.
rid of it.
It is. And then there's really nothing going on while you're in line.
No.
So, but yeah, just from a visual aspect in it, from the thrilling of the ride, like you don't have all the loops, but it's got some good speed. It's got some it's very smooth, and in terms of really the pacing of the ride, the foundation of the ride, like it's a fun with a thrill type roller coaster, legit roller coaster. And the music, that there's a few different songs that they play throughout the ride that really just kind of go with the whole entire thing. Just really also in kind of when you're going around and all the different stuff from Guardians that they have in there. It's just really cool. It's kind of hard to really sit and explain everything, especially like every single way the ride goes. So either look up a POV or experience for yourself, but it's easy 9.5. And in terms of all the roller coasters at Disney, not Universal, it's Disney's best roller coaster, and it's not even close.
Yep.
It's Disney's best roller coaster. It's not even close in terms of that ride, and then a couple of the others from Universal, like Velocicoaster and well, actually, I take that back. Hold on. Rock and Roll at Hollywood Studios is still Disney's best roller coaster. Guardians of the Galaxy's right there with it. But Guardians of the Galaxy competes with the Universal rides as well, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So I mean, get into Tron, and so I told and I have pretty similar scores on rides, and my score for Guardians is 9.6. When I told him going into Tron, again, here comes the Colt. It's the best ride that's ever created. It's definitely not.
It's not even close.
No, it's not even close.
Not even close.
God, I mean, the ride's honestly a yawn fest.
It really is.
I wouldn't say yawn fest, but like it's just underwhelming, I'll say.
It's underwhelming. Yeah, not a yawn
And
fest where like you're falling asleep. It's just underwhelming.
yeah, I mean, I went into it telling Ann, Rodolfo, and Kelsey, I was like, oh, this ride's like an 8.6, which is like a good score, but it's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went on it. We got the fast passes for it, which was cool. So it made it much better experience. But Ann, what was your opinion on the ride?
Yeah. So this was a ride that was and the whole entire process it was being built. This ride's at Magic Kingdom. The whole entire process that's being built, it just kept getting delayed over and over. So it was probably about a 5-year, 4-year process or so of them building this whole entire thing. And you would think just for how big, like, okay, it's the next big thing at Disney and all the promotion that went into it. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. It's like 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
There's like, it's fast, especially like when it first shoots you, but it comes to abrupt end and you're sitting there like, wow, that's it. And it leaves a lot left to be desired on not just the length of the ride, but really everything else they could have added to it. And so you pretty much start like you're on like a bike or whatever it is. And I even like the freaking bike handlebars freaking suck on the ride. You're like squatted down, like you're kind of like laying on your stomach, but like your freaking ass is like out as well. And then they give you a little smack on the ass while but so like it goes fast, like it really shoots you off. And but other than that though, like it's like, okay, that's it. Like that's really all it is. And so to me, I probably just give it like when I rated it, when I was going back to all the rides at Disney and Universal, to me, it's not even in my top 10.
Yeah.
All the roller coasters at Universal and Disney combined, it's not even top 10. Not even just rides. Not even just rides. Straight roller coasters.
Yeah.
It's not even top 10 for me.
Right. Right. Well, what was your score on it then? What was like A3?
I think it was no, it was, what did I have it at? I think just an 8-1, like, or just a solid 8.
Yeah.
I think
Again,
I
good.
think I think a straightaway 8, honestly, is what it is.
Yeah. Again, decent score, but for what the ride was supposed to be and for how long it took, just underwhelming.
No.
Go experience it yourself. You probably have a different opinion than we do, but we have a higher standard for rides.
Yeah.
And
No, we do.
I mean, if you think that ride's better than Velocicoaster, Guardians, Hagrid's, even Hulk, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no hope. Like, I even Rock and Roll blows out of the water. It's not even close.
Yeah.
I like Splash Mountain better. I like Thunder Mountain better. Um, I like I like Everest better, dude. I do. I like Expedition Everest better.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's really all you got to know about it.
Do you like Mummy better?
I do. I like Mummy better. I like Gringotts better.
Mm-hmm.
I like we said Hagrid's, Hulk, Velocicoaster.
Tower?
Yeah, Tower's better. I like Rip Ride better. So it's not even top 10. It's not even close.
Yeah. Well, outside of that, we pretty much got everything done. We couldn't go on Rock Roll because it was closed. When we went to
Yeah.
Universal, went to Volcano Bay one day. That was Dave. The game got canceled. It was the most perfect day outside. It got canceled.
Yep. Yep.
A great day to go there. There wasn't a shout out to Rodolfo for getting us in
Ski ball.
the ski ball. And then, but when we went to Universal, Hagrid's was closed for like the whole day, so nothing we could have done there. But yeah, then we went to the beach. We went to Coconuts. If you guys haven't gone there, we would definitely suggest it over there by Cocoa Beach.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Coconut's phenomenal place. Kelsey loved it. You can't really go wrong with Coconuts, to be honest. Just all around solid place.
Yeah, short drive to get there too.
Yeah.
Like
So it was a
an
good
hour.
time. It was a good trip. We went a little in depth on Disney Universal here because we've had on our channel. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. We're 22 minutes in. We haven't even started what we're talking about.
Well, and this is expected after our hiatus.
Yeah, it is. It is expected. So if you guys want to stick with it, stick with it. If not, then fast forward. But yeah, so we talk about it. There's some people that go to the parks that follow our channel as well. So we're kind of going a little in depth. But yeah, overall, every time down there is great, and we had a great time. And the plans for October as usual.
Yeah, and I'll actually. Oh, Suns are up by 8. Looks like they're on a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, in case you guys are wondering, the Suns are 1 win away from moving on to the second round. So, and I'll probably be constantly talking about it throughout this video. But what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Oh yeah. Yeah, but that trip's over. So I'm actually going up to Pittsburgh. We're going up there, which is where Nate is. I'll be going up there in about a month. So that'll be for about 3-4 days. We're going to go see the D-backs Pirates play. Probably get our heads slotted off at Kennywood and hopefully get back.
Yep. You get to experience. See, it's honestly a good park. It's a good park. It's a fun park. So
yeah. Well, so that's our, kind of rundown where we've been the last 2 weeks. Ed and I were 2 days away from the NFL draft.
Yes.
Which we're always excited about.
Yep.
And
as you see, that's what the video is about.
Yep. 25 minutes in, we haven't even started.
But you know what, Z? The thing is, you look at all the podcasts around, it doesn't just because the title of the podcast, it doesn't necessarily mean every single inch has to be about
that. But yeah, we're going to do our final first round mock draft.
2.0. It's the 2.0.
It's the 2.0 after the big trade there in Rodgers.
Yep.
I mean, again, there's going to be trades that are going to happen on draft night in the first round on Thursday. It's pretty much impossible to predict. Yep. So, I mean, really, there's not much to it. I mean, we're going to kind of get into this. And
now, real quick, before we do this, what I want to say about the draft, I was talking about this on my other channel earlier today, and I was talking about this at work with Ford. But what's so exciting about the draft this year is that it's unpredictability. Each year, more times than not, there's certain predictable elements to each draft.
Right.
This year, you don't even have a solidified number 1 pick yet.
Right.
You don't even have a solidified top 5. And you look at all the teams right now that can still trade up or make a move. You look at the Arizona Cardinals at pick 3. A team like the Titans could trade up. Minnesota could trade up. In terms of quarterbacks falling, that's going to help other teams as well because some other guys might fall down the board that weren't expected to. Texans got a couple picks. There's going to be teams trading back. The Steelers are rumored to be a team that's looking to trade up. So it's a very unpredictable element. When you look at the top quarterbacks in this year's draft, nobody solidified as to who's going number 1. Heck, even CJ Stroud has been rumored to be falling. So it's unpredictable, but that's what makes it the most fun. And I think that's something the draft hasn't had in a little bit. So, but Z and I, this is our final 2.0. We're going to go pick by pick based off of the picks each team has at its current slate. And that's how it's going to be. It's only going to be one round. So Z, are you ready to do this?
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready. We'll throw out our idea of our proposal if a specific team will make a trade, but we're not going to go that deep into it because, again, impossible to predict.
It is.
So
number 1, Z and I will go back and forth. We'll alternate here.
Yep. Start with the number 1 pick, and my mind hasn't changed on this. Yep. Bryce Young to Carolina Panthers.
I agree. I think that's what's going to be. For some reason, Will Levis talk has sparked again. I'm not buying it. And he was my guy that I was projecting to fall. But the thing is that Carolina, first it was Stroud getting the talk, then it was Young. As of today, Levis was getting some type of talk in the sense of Carolina being interested in him. I'm not buying it. I'm going Bryce Young as well with you.
Right. So 1 for 1 there. Second pick, Houston.
So the thing with the Texans, by a handful of people that cover the league, there has been talks amongst whatever GMs, whatever buzz around the league you want to say, that Houston doesn't even have their pick yet. They're either going to go one of the top defensive players or it's going to be CJ Stroud. Now, that might be clear cut, but the fact that CJ Stroud isn't necessarily a clear cut pick here, maybe that's a little bit of concerning for him. But I'm sticking with CJ Stroud. I think they go with the quarterback. I think Stroud has a lot of upside. I think he can be a good player in the league. If you're Houston, you take that chance. You take that chance with him. He's going number 2.
I agree. I don't really see why they wouldn't take a quarterback unless they're just tanking again. Oh, we love Davis Mills.
Yeah. We love the guy that has a similar neck like Z.
Yeah, there it is. Freaking giraffe neck.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Z, it's way worse than yours, so.
Yeah, so, I mean, I agree. I don't see them going elsewhere with it. I got CJ Stroud still going number 2 to Houston.
Yep.
But moving on to the third pick, which is the Arizona Cardinals, which is just a disaster of a franchise.
Yeah, it is.
I think either 2 ways here. Well, technically 3 ways. 1, if Will Anderson's not on the boards, they're trading back 100%. And 2, if Will Anderson is on the board, I think more likely than not, they'll stay there and take him. And then the third one is I think they can still consider trading back just because they have a lack of picks.
Right.
But just because of the best defensive player being there in this draft, a very special talent, I'm going to have the Cardinals obviously staying. I know we're not predicting trades here.
Yeah.
And I'm going Will Anderson with the third pick.
Yeah, I agree. I think Will Anderson's the pick. You look at the Cardinals defense, they need so much help there. They're not going to be able to get it all in one season. If the opportunity is there to trade back, you 100% do it. They need the draft capital. And yeah. I mean, that should be an automatic time where the channel just gets taken down after that.
Yeah, our channel gets taken down.
I mean, Z, that is a true nightmare.
Well,
that is a true nightmare right there.
You signed yourself up for it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry that you guys aren't going to be getting any sleep. Freaking scraggly.
Yeah.
Freaking noodle head.
You can blame Mike. Mike's the one that was balding.
Yeah, Mike was the one that was balling. Z losing his hair at the age of 25. So, Z, I think you agree. Cardinals trading back if the opportunity is there is the right move, regardless.
Yes.
And Devin Booker's at 37 points here.
It's his team.
86. Suns are up.
Yeah, it looks like this game might be over now. It's his team. I mean, God, Booker might put up 50.
I know.
All
right, but yeah, I think if the Cardinals, even if Will Anderson, even if Will Anderson's on the board to pick 3, I think if you're the Cardinals and you have an offer you can't pass up to move back, you got to do it. You've got to get the draft capital. You don't have many picks. You have to get players. The Cardinals are a ways away right now. And you can thank freaking Keim. You can thank Kingsbury. You can thank Kyler. I don't care what anybody says. You can thank some of the fan base. So the Cardinals were in a spot where their direction was going upward. But when you look at from the front office down, it absolutely derailed the team and set the team back for more years now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the fact that Kyler was at the Coyotes game a few weeks ago and he got booed by the crowd there is all you need to know.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it really is all you got to know. So we're going with Will Anderson. Cardinals staying pat at pick 3. Like what Z said, we're not predicting trades. But if there's a team we could see maybe make a move, we'll throw that out there. But Will Anderson, number 3 to the Cardinals.
Yep.
Indianapolis Colts. I told Z before we went live, probably about 75% of my mock draft has changed from the previous one in our last episode. Indianapolis Colts, in my first mock draft, I had Anthony Richardson going here. My pick has changed. I think the Colts are going to want a guy that is going to be ready to play right now, right away, and my pick is going to be Will Levis right here at quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
I respect that pick.
I think just from what's been being said, now again, you don't always buy it. You take it with a grain of salt, but I really just see the Colts being a team like, hey, we have not, and this is my own formal opinion. Hey, we have not been able to, that was why I was a little skeptical on Anthony Richardson going here, but it's like, hey, we have not been able to get a quarterback. We have not been able to figure it out. We're going to draft a guy. We need a guy that's ready to play, and I think they're going to go with him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I agree. I'm still sticking with Anthony Richardson, just his upside, the way his stock has arrived through his pro day to what he showed out at the combine. I think Anthony Richardson just offers more, just more like energy, just more like, like what's the word I'm looking for? Just like
a lot more you can do with him, Z.
Yeah, much more of a electrifying player compared to Will Levis just taking shirtless pictures and putting it on his freaking Instagram story.
And I agree. I don't think Will Levis is honestly going to be that good. I don't care. He has a rocket of an arm. I don't really see the mobility factor much there. I don't really like his physique. I'm not sold on whatever stock is being making him rise up the board for whatever reason as of today. I think Anthony Richardson definitely has a lot more upside, but I don't think Richardson's ready to play yet.
Yeah. Well, so End's going to go Will Levis. I'm going to go Anthony Richardson to the Colts. Moving on to number 5, which is Seattle. Certainly good spot to be in for them after making the playoffs. Pretty much bringing back the same exact roster, and they got some pretty good draft capital. So who do you see them going with the number 5 pick?
Well, this could be a pick for Anthony Richardson here. I think that Seattle is going to be a team like, hey, we won 9 games last year with our roster. We're going to bring guys in, quality guys that's going to help us take a leap forward. And I am going with Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech for Seattle.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there. I know Houston was thinking about taking him at 2. I think that'd be awful.
Oh, that'd be a terrible pick.
Not because of the player, just because of the Houston State.
Yeah.
But no, I do agree with you. Seattle bringing in one of the best defensive players in the draft. I think the fact that I think they have another first round pick, don't they?
They do, pick 20.
Yeah. So yeah, we both got Tyree Wilson going there.
Yeah. All right, Z, you kick us off Detroit. Pick number 6 for the Lions.
I still got them going defense here. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. I think they're going to stick with Goff again. I think they'll ride one more season with DeAndre Swift to see if he turns out into something. Their offensive line's maybe the best in the league. Receiver can be something they look at, considering Jameson Williams is a freaking joke.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want this guy to turn into another freaking Henry Ruggs because he has so much talent.
Yeah.
But he's got to be there for his team, man. You got to be
He
there.
does.
So I was thinking receiver, but I just think man, like not with the players who are on the board.
No.
No way.
No. They have the 18th pick as well, though, Z.
Yeah, I know. So
Suns are up 109-90. So like game's over.
yeah, game's over. I mean, they've just completely taken over third quarter.
They did. Clippers put up a good fight, though, I think, without Kawhi. Talking about a joke, Kawhi Leonard's a joke as well.
So I'm actually
vacation time, Z. It's vacation season.
Yeah, he's happy about the loss.
Yeah, he is. He is, and it's been vacation season throughout the playoffs for him as well.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to go defense here with Detroit. Jeff Okudah has really been kind of a failure for them ever since they drafted him. I think they're going to double down on taking a corner very high.
Well, they traded Okudah.
Well, exactly.
Right.
And I'm not sure which one they'll go with. I don't know which one they'll like better. But I'll say they go Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon.
Okay. That'd be a good pick for them. He's definitely going to go top 10. I am going with Jalen Carter. I don't think Jalen Carter falls too much. Jalen Carter is arguably the best player in the draft. By a lot of people think that. He also has concern. Jalen Carter's got some concern with him as well. But I think Detroit's going to say, hey, we're not going to pass up on this talent right here. And we're going to go defensive line Jalen Carter at pick number 6.
All right.
So, pick 7, the Raiders. Another abomination of an organization right now. The Vegas Raiders. Freaking Jason's choking up a storm on water over here.
Yeah.
But
surprised she's not drinking beer.
Yeah. Well, Z, at the end of the day, just as long as she's getting hydrated, she's getting some liquids in her, it's all that matters.
It's all that matters then.
So, but the Raiders at pick 7, we know what they've done this free agency. This could be maybe a spot as well for Anthony Richardson on my mock draft, but I don't have him going here either. I have the Raiders taking Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback, because their defense needs everything they can get.
Yeah. So this one's tough. This one's tough. I was thinking about going Will Levis, but I don't think the contract they gave Jimmy G, I don't see them drafting a quarterback.
No.
So I'm going to go. I'm not going to have Jalen Carter slide down any farther than what he is already. I'm going to say they draft Jalen Carter, Las Vegas Raiders, number 7.
I could see that too. I feel like the Raiders select those guys as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick number 8, Z, go ahead. Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, no, I don't really have much to it. I think they're going to take Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. I think they've really started to build a nice secondary. The AJ Terrell bringing in Jesse Bates. And I think, with how young these guys are, I think, God, you bring in a stud corner, I think it makes your defense even scarier. So I got Devin Witherspoon going to Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah. Witherspoon, I could see going somewhere between pick 7, 8, all the way up to pick 20.
Right.
So he's kind of a wild card. Atlanta, enjoy your new quarterback, Anthony Richardson, Desmond Ridder. We'll see you later. I have Anthony Richardson going to the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta, and the way they run their offense is honestly a perfect fit for a guy like Anthony Richardson. I think that's where he goes, pick number 8, and we'll see if he plays it all this year, but Atlanta can't pass on him.
And could we see a banger in reference to a trade early in these rounds? Atlanta, Indianapolis, could they make a trade for Lamar? I mean, is it up in the air? I mean, at this point, it doesn't seem like it because we haven't heard about it. Right. But I feel like if we don't, I mean, the thing is, we probably won't know about it if it's trying to be worked out. I think a lot of times with these trades, like when AJ Brown was traded last year, I think he was saying like he knew the week before or something like that. So I feel like a lot of times with these trades, like they just don't really get talked about like a couple of days before. So, anyways, moving on, Chicago Bears, number 9. Yep. Chicago Bears, who have had an excellent offseason, bringing in a lot of great players on the friggin' free agent market. Here, I had them going tackle. I don't have them taking a receiver.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say that they're gonna take freaking Millimeter Peter out of Northwestern.
You have him
They're
taking Skoronski.
Yep, I have them over Paris Johnson.
Okay. All right. So Millimeter Peter, ladies and gentlemen, going 9 to Chicago on Z's draft board. Now,
Yep.
this has been a pick that my Steelers have been rumored to be calling up, talking about pick number 9.
Yep.
They've also been talking with Tennessee to pick 11. They have the draft capital to move up if they want to do that. So sticking with the tackle, I agree with Z, but I am going with Paris Johnson at number 9 over Millimeter Peter.
All right, so Ed and I both got the tackle going to Chicago, which is good for the future of Justin Fields. Now, number 10, when Ed and I did our first 1.0 mock draft, I threw out probably the riskiest pick of the first round.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking with that, where I'm going to go Robinson, running back out of Texas, to the Philadelphia Eagles at 10.
Z, I have hopped on that board.
Yep.
Now, there's been talk today, don't know by who, that the Eagles are making a push to draft Smith and Jigba, the receiver from Ohio State. I don't understand that,
No.
especially at pick 10. I think that's terrible value. So I'm not
And why?
buying it.
And why would you have AJ Brown, Devonta Smith already
It
on the
makes no
roster?
sense. I don't know why they would do that. I
That's
don't.
awful. That's awful.
It really is. It's a wasted pick. There's a lot more value on the table they can get at pick 10. I'm going with Robinson as well. They can get a guy that can be a part of the pass. They get a runner down there over much better than what they got now, especially with Miles Sanders being gone. And they try to keep up with that potent offense they had last year. So
Yep.
I agree. I'm going Bijan Robinson, number 10 as well.
Yep.
Pick 11, Tennessee. My first one, I had Will Levis going here to Tennessee at pick 11. Tennessee, again, is a team that could trade up for a quarterback if the opportunity's there. I am going with Millimeter Peter here at pick 11 for Tennessee. They need some line help. Skoronski, is he going to play tackle? Is he going to play guard? That's kind of wait and see. But I think Tennessee, they're going to try to get some line help there because they need it, and they're going to go with him.
All right. So I disagree. I agree on what you just said, though. I got Will Levis going to Tennessee.
There you go.
I feel bad for Willis, or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill. I mean, God, get him out of there, please. But no, Will Levis will go to Tennessee. Is it the right spot for him? I don't know. But Tennessee is one of those teams where I just see them making just an awful pick in the first round.
Yeah.
So so I'll go with Will Levis at number 11.
Yeah, you're like, I see Tennessee be one of these teams making just an awful pick in the first round.
I mean, it's like them, or like Las Vegas, that just make just Green
the Raiders
Bay
for sure, dude.
Yeah.
So I see the Raiders screwing up their pick. I do.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So he has Levis, who I had originally there, though I have Levis going higher now and not dropping. I'm really basing off of what's been going on the last day or two.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable, but that's who we have with Tennessee there. Houston Texans at pick 12. This pick has not changed for me. I think the Texans are going to double dip on their offense, and Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be Bryce Young's new target.
Yep, 100%. 100%. I got them taking a receiver as well. Obviously, Paris Johnson still on the board for me, but they have Larry Tunsil on there, so they're not going to take Paris Johnson. So yep, give me Jackson Smith, and I'm trying to think who the other receivers are on Houston, but yeah, as the immediate number one receiver for the Houston Texans.
Oh, absolutely,
Houston,
would be.
Houston
Absolutely.
Texans.
Absolutely. So we have Green Bay pick 13, who we know they swap with the Jets in the Aaron Rodgers trade. Is this going to be a year where Green Bay takes an offensive weapon? Because we look at their offense, they have no tight end. Christian Watson is probably really the only wide receiver that looks promising right now on Green Bay. So Z, if you want to start here, do you have Green Bay taking an offensive playmaker?
No.
Okay, so they pass.
No, I don't.
Okay.
This, I'm sorry. I'm going to throw out a terrible pick. And in reference to, if there's any Packers fans watching this, they're probably going to hate me. But due to the injury history that this player has had the last 2 or 3 years and how he's never on the field, I'm sorry. I'm taking the best player on the board. I'm going Paris Johnson to the Green Bay Packers. Dave Bakhtiari, who's never on the field.
No.
I think Paris Johnson is going to be going there.
Okay. So Paris Johnson, I think if you're a Packers fan, yeah, I don't know if they would quite like that pick just given what they have, but I think Paris Johnson can really be a high-end tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I do. And you want to protect your young quarterback.
Yep.
So Paris Johnson, that's not a bad pick there. I have Miles Murphy, the edge rusher, going to Green Bay. I think Green Bay can get a little bit better on the edge than what they currently have now. And Miles Murphy's a guy that's fallen a little bit on this draft board. Green Bay takes him at 13.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one. But that's a good pick.
All right, so moving on to the Patriots at pick 14. Now, New England, God, dude, New England's another one of those teams that just takes some really weird picks. They really are. They really are. And they're a team that hasn't really drafted quite well for quite a while. Don't know if this streak's going to continue or not for them, but I see them going defense here. Belichick loves his defense. New England could use another linebacker. They could probably use another corner, but I'm going Lucas Van Ness. He has Patriot written all over for me, and that's who I am rocking with. So Lucas Van Ness, the edge rusher out of Iowa, going to the Patriots.
Okay. So
David Ness to the Patriots.
Yeah, David Ness.
Carrot head, dude. Carrot. What do you think that guy is today?
I have no idea. I can't remember what school he went to. Was that Mountain Trail?
He went to Mountain Trail and Pinnacle.
Right. How many years did he go to Pinnacle?
I think all 4.
I don't think so. I don't think he was in our graduating
Maybe
class.
The first 2 years. He was there freshman year. David Ness. Wait, say that guy's a joke.
And he's irrelevant. So I'm gonna stick on the man. I don't know. I don't really see them going edge rusher. Not with Matt Judon on the roster. Not with that one edge rusher they took out of Michigan like a year or 2 ago. I just don't really see them going edge rusher again. So whatever this guy's doing.
So I think they are, Z. I think they are.
So I'm gonna go a little different with this, and I'm gonna say they're gonna take Brian Branch out of Alabama.
Okay.
Devin McCourty retiring. I'm gonna say they bring in Branch to be that safety of the future for them.
All right. So I don't think Branch is gonna go that high, but Branch is a guy though that's pretty versatile.
Right.
So, and that's what I mean. New England really values their defense, so it really depends how they value him. But I think DB or one of the linebackers I see for the Patriots, but
right. Oh, they got Kyle Duggar. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't care. I know I've thrown out a couple risky picks, but guess what, guys? That's what you got to do to make yourself look smart.
You gotta do.
So
you got to throw some risky picks. Got to spicing things up a little bit.
So we got Brian Branch going. Now we're moving on to Jets.
Pick 15.
Which went down 2 spots. Obviously, we know who's on the roster now. Who do you got in?
So there's 2 guys I see here for the Jets based off how our mock draft has gone. Now, one of these guys, the guy that I'm going to pick to go to the Jets, I would love to see the Steelers get. Now, with the Steelers, and I'll talk about them when they come up here in a couple picks, but I've seen people mock this guy to the Steelers. I've seen it. Maybe the Steelers might trade up a couple spots to get this guy, especially since Paris Johnson is a guy that can really go pick 9, pick 8, pick 10, 11. What? Yeah, here we go. The hair's coming out. Freaking looks like a fish.
You know that fish I just got in?
Yeah.
It already died.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Well, you don't take care of it. That's why.
I don't know what to tell you.
Did you take care of it?
Of course I did.
Did it ever have a name?
No, it didn't.
It didn't have a name. So, well, where's he at right now?
He's still in the tank.
Gord! Why you just leave him there?
And I don't have the time right now.
Yeah, you don't have the time. Yeah, so he's just floating around.
Well,
it looks like that's dinner for Barry.
And before you guys get mad, I usually take well care of my fish. All the fish I've had will live for like 2-3 years.
You know, there's some sensitive people around this freaking stream, Z.
No, somebody might get mad.
Yeah.
But moving on. So, all right, and continue. So, 15 with the Jets.
So 15 with the Jets, I could see, based how our mock's gone, I could see 2, maybe 3 guys here for them. With them getting Aaron, they have some questions at left tackle, especially with Mekhi Becton. He's never healthy. But I'm going Broderick Jones, the left tackle out of Georgia. I think the Jets are really going to try to surefire that left side for Aaron. So that's who I'm going with.
Yeah. Interesting pick. Again, I think I'm gonna. Man, I want to throw out another risky one.
You remember when I called up Broderick Washington on the Ravens, bro, Derek?
Yeah.
You're like, bro, Derek?
Bro, Derek. It's his grammar, guys. It's his grammar.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw out a banger here, Ren. I'm gonna do another one.
Yep. Here we go.
I'm gonna do another one. So it was something when Aaron Rodgers was in New York, or excuse me, Green Bay, and he would never, as we know, he would never get weapons drafted. Jordan Love would get drafted to him, a defense player would get drafted in the first round. Just he would never get the help he deserved. But now he's going on to the Jets where he already has help, and he's going to get more additional help. And with that pick, they are going to take a reach because it's the Jets organization, and they're going to be taking Jordan Addison out of USC.
Wow. Jordan Addison out of USC at pick 15. So let's see. They would have Addison. They would have Garrett Wilson. They would have Alan Lazard. Who else am I missing?
Corey Davis.
Corey Davis. Okay.
That's it. They trade Elijah Moore.
They traded Elijah Moore. All right. So Z has Jordan Addison. I have Broderick Jones. Interesting. I think that might be your most controversial pick, Z.
Yeah. Again, and I'm ready for the smoke.
Yeah. I say either that or the Packers pick. All right. So he has Jordan Addison off the board at pick 15. Mm-hmm. Pick 16, we have the Washington Redskins.
Here we go.
Yeah. Washington Commanders at pick 16. And the thing with the Commanders is they seem to be high on some of these corners. So Z already has Devin Witherspoon off the board. I am going Devin Witherspoon at pick 16 for Washington.
Yeah.
That is my pick right there.
Yeah. Okay. So I say things are gonna be interesting here how I'm gonna kind of interpret this. I'm gonna say they pass over Joey Porter. And they're going to go Deonte Banks out of Maryland.
Okay. Interesting pick.
At the quarterback position.
Okay. So Deonte Banks is Z's third corner off the board. Mm-hmm. Banks is probably going to go somewhere in the first round. But Washington has just seemed to really kind of be a team to look out for at cornerback. I could really see them really with everything. I see them probably primarily going defense. But we both have cornerback, just different one here.
Yep.
So pick 17, here's my team, the Steelers. And the Steelers are one of the more interesting teams to watch in the draft. They have the draft capital to do something. There's been rumors of them looking to trade up. I think it's definitely possible that they could stay at 17 and trade back, pick 32. Yep, there it is. Rally the Valley. Well, it's a 10-point game now, Z. It's a 10-point game now for the Suns.
Great.
So 6.5 minutes left. 10-point game.
Came back a little bit.
Yeah, they did. You know, skee balls wanting the Clippers. But anyway, my team, the Steelers. I really, if I'm gonna guess here, I think the Steelers are gonna stay at 17 and trade back pick 32. They don't have any picks in the 5th or the 6th round. I think they'll trade back 32. They'll get one of like maybe pick 38, pick 39, 37, whatever, and maybe get a 5th round pick along with that. But with the Steelers, tackle and corner have seemed to be the most highly populated route that they are going to go. For whatever reason, Mel Kiper and Peter King have them taking a receiver, which makes zero sense and would be an awful pick. If they take a receiver 17, I'm going to be pissed. Like, I'm going to be pissed. Will I root for that player? Yeah, but I'm going to be pissed.
You know, guys, I can't remember last time the Steelers took a player in the 1st round and was happy with it. He gets mad every yeah. Well, before last year, well, before the last 2 years, he would get mad every single pick.
I mean, I really did. Like if we want to look back, like let's see here. Like we can go back. Let's go back to like Ryan Shazier. I honestly did not like that pick at all. I wanted the corner. I wanted Darqueze Dennard so bad in 2014. Bud Dupree, I wasn't too happy about the pick.
Nope.
Artie Burns, I hated the pick.
Jarvis Jones
was a failure.
Yep.
Z, and I didn't even like the TJ Watt pick at the time.
No, you didn't.
I didn't, and it's not because I thought TJ Watt was going to be bad. They needed inside linebacker so bad. I wanted Reuben Foster. But thank God they went with TJ Watt. Yeah, I know. Isn't that terrible? And then we look at 2018. Never forget the Terrell Evans reaction.
Oh, and was that might have been the most mad and ever was.
That might have been that might have been the worst. That might have been the worst.
I think when they drafted him, and just was like silent. He's just like, who?
That was bad.
Yeah,
that was bad. And then 2019, I was happy with, but he didn't work out with Devin Bush. So, but yeah, Z's not wrong. Honestly, more times than not, I'm pretty dissatisfied with our first pick.
Yeah.
But I trust the organization, even if it's something I'm not crazy about. I trust the organization. I just feel like wide receiver, I'd be so disappointed. Wide receiver, 0% chance. 0% chance. Tackle, corner have been the two positions that have been the most mocked to them. The Steelers have done has spent a lot of time with some of the tackles. They spent a lot of time with some of the corners. They talked earlier today about how much depth there is in this corner class. And that's why I don't think they're going to go corner at pick 17. I don't think it's going to be Joey Porter anymore. I don't. I think either one, if they trade up, it's going to be for Paris Johnson or Broderick Jones. If they don't fall to them. I'm going Darnell Wright, the tackle out of Tennessee.
Yawn.
Darnell Wright. I'm going with him. He's the third.
Yawn.
Yeah, yawn. Yeah. You know, Z, at the end of the day, sometimes it might not be a sexy pick, but it's a needed pick.
That's true. And
so Darnell Wright, I'd be fine with. He broke out last year at Tennessee playing right tackle. Don't know if they'd keep him there or not, but they need some help there. They've done a good job in the offseason strengthening the interior. They need some help on Kenny for Kenny Pickett. And I think I'm going with Darnell Wright. But I would love if they got Paris Johnson or Broderick Jones. That's an A+. That's an A+.
Right. So, well,
or if they decide, like, look, if they can't get a tackle and they decide to go with like a corner, like Joey Porter or Devin Witherspoon or Christian Gonzalez, I would be happy with that pick too.
Right. Well, I'm actually sticking with the original pick that I had for the. Yeah, here we go. Guy says I'm a robot.
Yep. Well, see, the difference is people say it to you, not me. So how's it feel ever go to talk to you? It's called your robot.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, it comes out every episode, guys. And we just hit 1 hour. I got work at 7 a.m. And this is great.
It's on you, Z. It's on you.
It's on me. It's been a good night.
Yeah, it has. So how much sleep did you get last night?
Not much.
What time do you get off tomorrow?
3:30.
Do you want to play tomorrow night?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's fine.
And
you're off Thursday, correct?
No, I still work Thursday.
Or, I mean, you're off for the draft, though.
Yeah, I'll be off for the draft.
All right.
Um, but I don't have much to it. I've been saying it the whole draft process leading up to it. Um, I'll just kind of throw the pick out there, Joey Porter Jr. I still got the Steelers taking him. Just the fact that like I'm an advocate, I'm a fan of when you draft a corner, specifically a corner or an edge rusher, I want starters already in place because I don't like throwing in a starting rookie corner just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because I think NFL offense coordinators, NFL head coaches know how to freaking twist the brains of rookie corners because they want to get out there, they want to make the flashy plays in their
Right.
first couple years in the league.
That's a
I
good
think
point.
it's best. I think it's best when you draft a corner first or second round that you already have 2 or 3 guys there, not necessarily in place to start because you want Joey Porter to start at some point in the season, but certainly not week 1. And
I hear you.
I think with them having Levi Wallace and bringing in Pat Pete, I think with them losing Cam Sutton, Joey Porter Jr. is the perfect player to insert into that if you want to call replace role. So,
Okay.
um, I think
Yeah, I
Joey
don't
Porter.
disagree. I think it'd be a good pick as well if that's what they do.
Yeah. So give me Joey Porter Jr. at number 17 for the Steelers. Again, no trades. We're not talking trades here.
No.
So Joey Porter out of Penn State.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Hey, if they go corner, then 100% they'll take a tackle with their next pick. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what they do.
Moving on to Detroit. Detroit, I got them doubling down on the defense with pick
Mhm.
number 18.
Yep.
I think with Van Ness being there, the edge rusher out of Iowa, I think they just go best player available, and I think that'd be a great pick for them. Especially they have a defensive head coach. Or
Okay.
is Dan Campbell a head defensive coach? I think he is,
Pretty
right?
sure.
I don't know if he is. I
I
can't
think he
remember.
is. I think he favors that side of the ball.
But I got them taking Van Ness, the best player available on the board, at pick 18.
Okay. All right. So I agree with Z. Obviously, Ness is gone on my mock, but I'm going Nolan Smith, the edge out of Georgia, doubling back on defense.
Yeah,
So I think if you're a Lions fan, you should be pretty pleased with that draft.
right.
Tampa Bay. We'll move on to Tampa Bay. We know it seems like Baker Mayfield's going to be the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So Tampa Bay, I don't really see offense much. Could they go offensive line? I think maybe that they could in terms of the interior, but I don't really see anybody there for them to take at 19 right now. I think they stick defensive side of the ball, Z, and I have them. Where's he at? Where'd he go? Let me find him. I have him sticking defense side of the ball on the defensive line, going Kalijah Cansey, the defensive lineman out of Pittsburgh.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I got them going defense too. I was thinking Broderick Jones out of Georgia. But I think with Tristan Wirfs and Donovan Smith still there, I don't see them taking a tackle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go best player available. I'm gonna go back to back edge rushers off the board here. I'm gonna go Nolan Smith out of Georgia. I know they have
Yep.
Shaq Barrett, but I can't really think of any of the other edge rushers. Levante David's aging. I know he's an inside linebacker, but he's aging. Um, so, but still, they love blitz with their inside linebackers with Levante David and Devin White. So I think if you don't have,
I'm pretty sure Nolan Smith can also play both.
right. So yeah, give me
And
Nolan Smith.
they're probably going to trade Devin White.
Right. Nolan Smith to Georgia, to Tampa Bay, number 19. Moving on to number 20 for Seattle. Again, another great spot for them to be in. Originally had them taking an edge rusher, or not originally, had them taking an edge rusher number 5 pick.
Yes.
So, man, with this pick, I mean, I'm not really sure. I'll let you go first in this pick, and if you have somebody.
Okay. So we look at Seattle. I don't really see on my mock in terms of alignment here. I don't really see any offensive player here. I think Seattle maybe they brought back Bobby Wagner, wanting to get back to the roots of defensive play style. We know Tariq Woolen was a breakout player for them at corner. Why not pair him up with Joey Porter Jr. at cornerback and add to your secondary who you have Jamal Adams with? Who's the other guy in their secondary I'm missing out with Z? Who's the other guy? There's another guy.
Quandre Diggs.
Quandre Diggs.
Or no, is he on the Lions? No, he's on the Seahawks.
No, he's with Seattle.
Yeah.
So I'm going Joey Porter Jr. here, pick 20. I think Porter slips a tad bit. I like Joey Porter though, and I think that in terms of his play style, I think it's a spot that maybe could be possible for Seattle. So we're gonna go Joey Porter at corner. Seattle wanting to get back to the roots of the defense.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much weighing between two different picks here. But I'm actually going with this one.
4-point game, Z.
Yeah, I know. I've been looking at it as we've been talking about it.
It's very concerning. I mean, Z, they just blew like a 18-point lead.
And there's DeAndre missing a free throw.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy's got hairs as flat as it can possibly be. Go ahead, Z. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm not really sure with this one. I mean, like I can see them going back to the roots of the defense, but I'm actually.
I can't believe you stopped Broderick Jones on the board, bro.
No, he's already off.
Oh, who'd you have him going to?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, he's still on the board.
No, he's still on. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know who I have him going to. I'm weighing this between two guys, but I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Cansey, the defensive lineman out of Pittsburgh.
That's what I originally had in our previous mock draft.
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay, defensive line, they could use some help there.
Yeah, give me him. So moving on to 21 to
Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers. This is where I have Broderick Jones going, which I think would be an outstanding pick for LA.
Moving Slater to right tackle.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. He's aging. I mean, they gave him a massive contract. I don't even know how old he is. He's got to be late 20s now. Maybe not so much moving him to freaking right tackle, but maybe Broderick Jones. I mean, again, I think the Chargers are one of the most boring teams in the league.
Yeah, they are. I'm not. I have zero concern over them this year. Like, what I mean by concern, like nobody's afraid of them.
Yeah. So I mean, I really don't care who they pick. So I'll go Broderick Jones to the Chargers. I don't think they'll take a receiver. They obviously don't need a running back. Austin Eckler. I mean, they have so many players in the defense.
They might trade him though. I still think they could trade him at some point this summer.
Well, yeah, I know.
But they're not going to take a back in the first round.
No.
Okay, so Z's got Broderick Jones going here, the Chargers. I have Brian Breesy going here, the other defensive lineman. That's probably going to go in the first round. Chargers need to get a little bit better there on their defense. When it comes, I don't really see them attacking the other side of the ball right now in the first round. So going Brian Breesy, the other defensive lineman.
Okay.
Next up, we have Z's team, the Ravens, pick 22. There it is. I bought him that.
Yep. And then I put it on that little, I don't even know what that is, plywood.
Yep. So with the Ravens, let's see here. My previous mock, I believe I had Jordan Addison going on the Ravens.
Uh-huh.
And that was before Odell. Now, I think it's possible the Ravens could still take a wide receiver here.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. We look at the Ravens. I think that they could use some help on edge, but I don't really see an edge being here for them. They haven't brought back Marcus Peters. They could probably maybe plug and play another corner at some point this year if they draft one. I think even they could maybe use some help on the defensive line a little bit, especially because there's some questions going into after this season with a couple of their guys that are going to be hitting the market. I think I have him going defense here, and I have him going Deonte Banks, the corner out of Maryland.
Yeah, that'd be someone I would consider if he was on the board. But I'm really not changing too much of who I think is going to be going to the Ravens. I have the same exact player as I did in 1.0. Quentin Johnson at TCU.
Okay.
I'm not even going to get in the Lamar Jackson situation. I don't want to freaking take an Advil at night. So, assuming Lamar's the quarterback, Quentin Johnson, TCU, Quentin Johnson, Odell, Rashad Bateman, How much more help do you need?
Well, Z Suns are up by 2.
I know, I see it. Suns are up by 2. Looks like they're up by 4 now. It looks Kevin Durant just hit a 2-point running layup.
Okay.
Maybe this is ahead of it.
A little bit ahead of mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So Z sticking with the wide receiver for the Ravens. So it's obviously an upgrade. If you're a Ravens fan and they take a receiver in the first round, you got to be feeling a lot better about their receiving group than they did before Odell.
Yeah. So Odell, Quentin Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, Devin Duvernay.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better. I think it's possible. I think corner. I think corner, defensive line. If there's somebody there they like a lot, like Cansey or Breesy, or one of the receivers for sure.
Right.
So Minnesota picked 23. Z went receiver for the Ravens. I'm going receiver for Minnesota, though they need as much help as they can on defense. I'm still going with wide receiver Jordan Addison to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I agree. I just had them taking Zay Flowers out of Boston College.
Back-to-back receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So Minnesota needs a lot of help on defense. I think Minnesota's going to take a big step back this year. I think this is Kirk Cousins' last season in Minnesota. So
I agree.
All right, Z, let's go on. We're almost done here. Let's go on to Jacksonville at pick 24. I think they could be a team that just goes best player available, to be honest. I'm going to have him go Brian Branch. I think he's a guy that can bring some versatility to their backfield on the defense, and that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, so I got the Jags. This might be the pick of the first round for the Jags. Again, I think you have the right mindset there, going best player available. I'm going to go Miles Murphy, dropping all the way to 24 for Jacksonville to take. I know
that would be a great pick.
I know they took Walker with the first overall pick last year. I don't really know how much of a game-changing player he is. So, yeah, give me Murphy. I still got questions about like the Jags. Really, I'd like the Jags offensive line. I know they have Brandon Sheriff. I know Calvin Ridley's gonna be on the team next year. Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, Evan Ingram had a nice season. So I think you kind of question the offense in the way of like it kind of gelling together, but I think them going defense is just the right way to go.
No, I agree, Z. I agree. Especially we just look at the state of the league. I mean, you can't have enough players on your defense. You can't.
No.
So, all right. So I got Branch. He has who'd you pick? Miles Murphy, the edge rusher.
Right.
Okay. So pick 25 to the Giants. Man, I feel like the Giants really need a playmaker on offense. They really do. They really do. They've not been able to get it figured out with a wide receiver since Odell Beckham. I'm going Zay Flowers here for the New York Giants.
Yeah. So I got the Giants in a tricky position here. All my receivers are off the board, so I don't see them reaching for one. Obviously, they're not going to take a tight end with Darren Waller being on the roster now. I don't really know much about their offensive line. I don't even know who their tackle. Oh, yeah, they have like Andrew Thomas at tackle.
They drafted Evan Neal last year as the other tackle.
Yeah, so yeah, no, they're not going to take a tackle. But I think I know. I think I know who they're going to take. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go Osiris Torrance out of Florida. Actually, no, I'm not.
No? Gonna switch it?
No, I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
I think they just keep building their offensive line. I think they're gonna keep Saquon on the roster, even though there's been trade speculation. I like the Giants offense. I love Saquon as long as he's healthy. Daniel Jones had a nice season. I love Darren Waller as long as he's healthy. So I mean, really with the Giants, it's just all depending on how healthy their fucking roster is throughout the season.
Right.
And looks like the Suns have won. We are moving on to the second round.
That's it. Goodbye, Clippers.
We are moving on. I know it's concerning. I know it's concerning the way we beat the Clippers.
Yep.
But we're moving on. You love to see it. Another playoff series won by the Suns. second round against the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
We'll get into that another time. But
We'll
good
get
for the
into that another time.
Suns. Good for the Suns moving on to the second round.
Moving on to the second round there. So there'll be another podcast another time. So Z has the Giants taking Osiris Torrance. I have Zay Flowers. They stick on the offensive side of the ball. Correct?
Right.
Okay. So Dallas at pick 26. I think there's a couple ways they can go here. But I've come to the point where in my previous mock, I had Green Bay taking a tight end. Now I have this tight end I had them taking falling a little bit, not because I think that his stock's going down, but just because how the draft board I think is going to play out. Michael Mayer, tight end Notre Dame to the Dallas Cowboys.
I do agree, and I do agree. I think with them losing Dalton Schultz, where did he even go? Don't tell me. God, where did he go? Dalton Schultz. Is it AFC or NFC?
It's NFC Z.
God, where did he go?
It's actually AFC, sorry.
Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Obviously didn't go to the Ravens.
He signed a 1-year contract.
God. I don't know. I mean, where'd he go?
He
Miami?
went to the Texans.
Yeah, yawn. So, yeah, no, I agree with you there. Them bringing a tight end, another playmaker, a player who really seems like that fits, Kellen Moore's system there in Dallas.
Kellen Moore's not with Dallas anymore, Z.
Where'd he go?
He's with the Chargers.
Oh, well.
So McCarthy's going to call the plays.
That's awful. That's bad.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I didn't even. I don't think I even remember them letting Kellen Moore go.
Yeah. No, he's the OC for the Chargers.
That's W for them.
Yeah. So, all right. So Z and I both have Michael Mayer, the tight end, going to Dallas. I think that's a pretty good pick for them. They need somebody to help stretch the field. Go to Buffalo. Man, Buffalo, I think, is also a team that's going to take a little bit of a step back this season, man. They lost a couple guys on defense. I think that you look at Von Miller coming off the injury. They need a little bit of help there on defense, I think. I have him going Will McDonald, the edge rusher out of Iowa State.
Yeah. Yes, I was thinking edge rusher, but I think I'm just going to go kind of best player available at the time over Darnell Wright. Brian Breesy out of Clemson.
Yeah. Hey, if he's on the board for them there, that's possible.
Yeah.
You still have Broderick Jones on the board?
No, Darnell White.
Yeah, but Broderick Jones, you haven't picked him yet, have you?
Chargers.
Oh, that's right. Chargers. That's right. All right. So you have Darnell Wright still on the board. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So pick 28 was Cincinnati. I've kind of gone a little back and forth here with them. Tight end, corner, even tackle when I was kind of messing around with these mock drafts. In my last mock draft, I think I had them taking I think I had them taking a tackle, but I don't think they're going to. I switched that pick. I think they're going to stick offense though, and I'm having them take the tight end. Where is he? I'm looking for him. The tight end from Georgia, Darnell Washington. Hold on. Darnell Washington is a guy. He's like 6'5", 6'6". He can block for them. He's a guy that can be a red zone threat for them. After Hayden Hurst leaves, they have a hole there. And not just drafting, they have a hole, we're going to draft someone. I could still see him maybe taking a corner at the end of the first round. That's worth taking. Or if there's a best player available for them. But I think tight end, getting a red zone threat type guy along with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, why not?
That's a good pick, Ken. It's a good pick. I'm gonna stick on the defense side of the ball, and I'm actually gonna go defensive back for them. I'm gonna go Jordan Howden out of Minnesota.
Who? Jordan Howden?
I'm kidding. Relax. I went all the way down the list and look at him. 266.
Pick 266.
Jordan Howden first round, and you heard it here. You heard
What
it
did you
here.
do if the Ravens took him?
Yeah, Jordan Howden. I'm gonna screenshot his name so we don't forget about him.
Yeah, don't forget it, Z. It's just like Nate Stanley.
Yeah, Jordan Howden. All right. Anyways, so going on to Cincinnati. I'm not gonna have them taking a tackle. I know Darnell Rice is on the board. Not gonna have them taking a tackle due to them signing Orlando Brown and having Jonah Williams still on the roster. So who's their starting tight end?
Who is it? It's freaking jeez, I forget his name. Is it? Let me look it up. I know who it is.
It's obviously not Hayden Hurst anymore.
No, he's gone. He went to Carolina. Why am I thinking Drew Sample? Yeah, okay, so but Irv Smith. They traded for Irv Smith last year.
Mm,
So Irv Smith, Drew Sample, those are their two tight ends.
yeah, so I'm not gonna go tight end. I'm gonna go Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State.
Ooh.
Corner help
Going
to
corner, Emmanuel
to,
Forbes.
to Cincinnati.
Okay. All right. We're almost getting to the end here, ladies and gentlemen. Z has had a few interesting picks, to say the least. Which I think it's good to spice some things up. So the Saints at 29, I could see tight end here. I think they could use some help on offense. But I had, where is he? I have defensive lineman Mozzie Smith from Michigan to the Saints to strengthen their defensive line because they could use somebody else up there. Mozzie Smith's a very underrated back end first round pick. And I think he's somebody that the Saints would definitely be thrilled to have because he can be a freaking ruckus in there from what I have seen. So Mozzie Smith, pick 29 to the Saints defensive line.
Yep. So I actually agree with you on that one. I'll go Mozzie Smith as well to New Orleans. I mean, I think adding him to a defensive line that features Cam Jordan. There's one other player on that defensive line that's pretty solid. I always forget his name. God, what's his name? Whatever. But yeah, no, I agree with you, especially with his stock coming up. So moving on, number 30 to Philadelphia. I'm gonna have them go. You already had this guy off the board, but I'm gonna have them go Will McDonald, edge rusher out of Iowa State.
Okay. Add an edge. They could definitely use another edge guy.
Yep.
So we have them both with Robinson at pick 10, and then you have them finishing with edge rush for the last part of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I have them sticking with offense, interior offensive lineman, especially because there's a little bit of a hole there at guard. You have Osiris Torrance, Florida, pick 30.
Yep. Okay.
They love the trenches. Philadelphia loves to build those trenches.
So here we go. So moving on to Kansas City with pick number 31.
This is the last pick in the first round.
32. I don't care. It's 32.
Yep. I agree, Z. I agree, but you can thank the Dolphins. So we'll do all the way. We'll do pick 32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we go. Got guys freaking drinking mouthwash.
Relax on.
Listerine.
I don't use Listerine. I use a certain brand from Target. It's really good for you. You should get it.
Yeah, $15.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
All right. So Kansas City with pick 31. I mean, I have absolutely no idea where they go with this. If I would just throw out something for them, I'm gonna go Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee. Yeah.
So Z has him taking a wide receiver. They don't have Juju anymore. I am on board with wide receiver here for Kansas City. but I have Quentin Johnston going here at pick 31 to the Chiefs at pick 31.
Okay.
When I look at everybody else on the board, it's like I'm just not really feeling that pick for them. Quentin Johnston was still on the board for me. He might be a guy they like. I'm not really quite sure how much they like him or not, if they've even met with him. But given with it being the final 2.0, he's going pick 31 at Kansas City.
Yeah. Hold on. How do I save this? Can I see this? Okay, so then oh sweet, here we go. I'm just gonna screenshot all of my picks so we don't lose these. Okay. So moving on to the final pick of the first round. Which is the Pittsburgh Steelers at pick 32.
Yep.
I have them. I think a really solid pick for them. This is where I'm going to have Darnell Wright going. Again, not the flashiest pick, but Darnell Wright going. I don't care about Dan Moore. I don't care about Okorafor. No. Give me Darnell Wright going to Pittsburgh. Right or left tackle. I mean, I'm not sure where he would play, but I think that'd be a really appropriate pick for them to take, especially if he's on the board.
So if they decide to take him at 32, I mean, that's definitely a W. I think if they take him at 17, so we actually both have the Steelers taking Darnell Wright. I just have him going 17. Z has him going 32.
Right.
I think that at this 32 pick, I think it's a possibility that the Steelers could possibly trade this pick back. But given that how we're doing this, pick 32, I think they're going to go with a corner. Now, before I had this guy off my board, but I think there's a couple corners they could go here. But I'm going with Cam Smith, the cornerback from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason why I think the Steelers are going to pass on a corner pick 17 is just because how much they emphasize the depth in the draft and how much that they've been trying to focus on the offensive line. And so I think either one, they're going to trade up and take a tackle, or two, they're going to stay put at 17 and hope that one or two of those tackles fall. If they decide to go corner at 17, I'll still be happy with it. It's possible that they still would. Joey Porter, Devin Witherspoon. I think Christian Gonzalez is long gone. So that's always possible too. But them Z having the 32nd pick is very valuable.
It is. I mean, I've said it before. I think they should use it as trading up, but yeah, we're going to find out in about a day or two.
Yes, we are. So, but Z, so how comfortable do you feel with your mock draft right there?
I'm gonna be interested to see what people think of my mock draft because I threw out some pretty risky picks, but I'd like to think I kind of gave some pretty good insight on each pick I had.
I think you did.
So I'm sure I'll get probably about 5% of it right. But I think we always and I always have like a little minor competition, like whoever has the most picks right.
Yeah. And then we'll always do it when we're watching the draft. Like we'll still go pick by pick and
right,
make a guess and stuff like that. But that's what makes this draft fun. Like I said before the show, is the unpredictability factor of it, which is something the NFL draft hasn't had, and I think in recent memory a little bit in terms of just full on unpredictability. So
I think how we should do it. I think how we should do it this year end is like what we should do is like the drafts that the mock drafts we just created. If it's right, it's 1 point, and then if we guess it like during the draft, because obviously they're not all gonna be right.
Right.
Then if you guess during the draft, it's like a half a point.
All right, we can do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. So we'll see how many points we get. We'll probably get about 5 or 6. But but Z, that's our final 2.0 mock draft. I feel pretty comfortable with some of my picks. I'm just really excited all around for the whole thing. I think the whole thing is going to be very fun.
Oh no, it's always like N.I.'s favorite time. We always talk to each other on the phone during the draft.
Yeah.
It's usually my TV's ahead of his or his TV's ahead of mine.
How it goes for some reason.
It's never
I got to lower the call volume so I don't hear his reaction.
But but hope you guys enjoyed that one. Our first one got a good amount of views. So
Yeah.
let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know
To
your thoughts in the comments. What are some picks you guys agree with, don't agree with? Do you guys have a mock draft of your favorite team? Maybe put in the comments.
Mhm.
So, but Z and I will also we'll continue to be talking about the NBA playoffs, especially as this continues to go on. As well. Let us know in the comment section anything else you guys would love us to talk about. There's going to be some other ideas him and I throw out there that's not sport related that we'll talk about also. So keep up with the channel, guys. Hit the sub, hit the like. We appreciate your support. We've hit 50, so thank you to all 50 of you who have supported this channel for your for you subscribing, for your viewership. We want to really grow this where we can start to have people on the show. That would be a lot of fun. We can start going live and having you guys incorporated in the show. So we're growing this 1 week at a time, guys. We're usually going about twice a week. So keep up with the channel for when we post and everything. But Z, I feel pretty good about our mock drafts there. Not in the sense that in terms of correction, but in terms of it making sense and why we picked what we did.
Yeah, no, I think so too. To the couple who've followed the channel recently to get us to 50, thank you guys. We got 50. We're halfway to 100. So
halfway there.
It's a big number to hit. My Twitch is right there. We hit a few followers a day. Thank you guys well for that. And then go follow Nate's personal channel as well. So,
and it will be the links will be in the description down below, guys, of the video.
And then you guys will see this probably tomorrow, and then we will see you guys again in a couple of days. We'll see what we come up with. But other than that, we're going to end this because I got work in 6 hours.
And I have an explosion on the way as well coming. So, and I've popped in the shower because I freaking smell like ass after refereeing today.
God.
Don't worry, Z. Jason has one as well coming, so don't worry.
Yeah. Expose her right on the camera.
And you know what's funny, Z, actually, is that this time last year, around draft time, it was the day before Jason and I went out on our first date together.
There you go.
No, Kelsey and I. So we, because I messaged her during the first round of the Steelers draft last year, and then we went out on our first date together during the second round of the draft last year. So Kelsey and I, that would be almost a year ago.
Yep.
In a couple days.
Yep. If you guys go back a couple years, you do not want to see this guy's Twitter.
No, you don't see, but you know what? That's from the past, and we're all about the future. So.
Oh man. Just remember my what I'm gonna say to end this.
Go ahead, Z. Go ahead.
What I'm gonna say to end this episode, and said it earlier in the episode.
Yep. And I know where this is going.
And I think it's only right for me to say it right now.
It's only right.
And we're on until we're not.
We're on till we're not. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Z's message for you as we're going to go off here. And let that quote sit with you. And whatever that means to you, take that with you wherever you go.
That's right.
It is on till, or no, we're on till we're not.
The wise words of Eric.
Wise words of Eric, ladies and gentlemen. So that is it for Who Are These Guys? Mock Draft 2.0 edition. Thank you all for tuning in. For those who stuck around the entire show, for those who still tuned in even for a few minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Longest video Z and I have ever done. We're working on getting it shorter, between half an hour to 50 minutes. We would love to do that, but it hasn't happened yet, and it probably never will. So
we say it every time.
We say it every time, so it probably never will, but it's a work in progress. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We're ending it there. And Barry, Fairy, Dairy, Jerry, that's all you got to know. Have a good night.